Today I've come to Rushmere Country Park to test out the Sony A6000 along with the Sigma 150-600. And today I want to take you behind the scenes of a wildlife photography shoot and showing you why I still think it's such a great option for wildlife photography on a budget in 2025. So this is Merlin that's listening in right now. Essentially it's a microphone that will listen into all the bird song and identify what birds are in front of you. So it just gives you an idea of what's around. And I know there's definitely more than just long-tailed tits in here, but it's just not showing me that at the moment. It's now just a question of picking out what birds I can see from within here. They're all quite deep within this silver birch at the moment. I also think I want to be this side over here when I do shoot, because the sun is behind the silver birch. It's going to silhouette all the birds. So by having the sun to the left of me in this case, the birds will be a bit more nicely lit and I'll be able to see them a little bit better. It'll be a bit easier to expose for them. But yeah, you can just potentially see them. I don't know how good it is out on the camera, flying between the trees now, which is nice. There we go. Right, let's move on and go find some more. Really nice at this time of year. The heather is starting to come out, and give it a few more weeks and these are all going to be some beautiful pink bushes. So I'll definitely come back and I'll do another shoot in the full sort of heather. Some really nice bumblebees and things like that you'll get colour wise. I actually want to try and find some butterflies this morning and shoot them on the heather. Now there's very few sites like this which are quite like acidic soils in Bedfordshire. Oh, there's sheep just over here. I'm gonna get them. Very cute. Ooh, beautiful. Hey sheep. Bring that exposure comp back down. Do this properly. So I got some nice foreground element going on with the heather. There was an individual sheep, now it's a couple. Wow, that one's got absolutely massive horns. Look at you. There's lots of long-tailed tits in this tree and I absolutely love them, but they are the most like scatty animal. So you get them in the frame, they've gone to the next branch. I think I got it. Yay! Nice. Ugh. Quite overgrown. Council need to do something about these trees. That's wicked. It's like Jurassic Park. If you can hear the weird bird noise on the mic at the moment, 9 times out of 10, whenever I check a weird noise that I don't know and I've never heard before, it's a wren. It is always a wren. That's a sheep, not a wren. Honestly, these sheep, I'm not the farmer. I know you think I'm the farmer, but I'm not the farmer. Sheep whisperer, go be sheep elsewhere. I think they're bored of the heath and they want to go somewhere else. or there just don't see many people in the heath. It is open to the public because you're not allowed dogs on the heathland. You get very few people walking through, so I imagine the only people who do walk through is the farmer. The benefit of that for me is there's no one else on here. Everyone else is just using the public footpaths, which are literally, 30 feet away. But there's so much in here that I've got there's so much in here that I've essentially got all to myself, which is great. Feels like a nice hidden gem. So we've got some meadow browns. They've all sort of started to wake up now that it's a bit warmer. So I'm going to do a little bit of sort of close-up macro stuff whilst I'm here, and they're all relatively relaxed. And there's a gatekeeper. I definitely just jinxed it immediately because they're all incredibly active. What I'd like is some nice sort of flowers for them to sit on as well, so there's a nice contrast between the insect and the surroundings, because the greens and browns, they kind of blur together quite well, so it just allows the subject to pop out a little bit more if we have a nice plant for them to sit on. Hey. Loads of you. I'm currently trying to find something which is camouflaged to photograph, but I cannot for the life of me find it. I can see it physically, but as soon as I'm zoomed in, it's absolutely invisible, this thing. Right, that is there. Here he is. So there's a little grasshopper. That took me a long time to find. So now he's locked on. I'm going to try and get closer. So what I'm also doing, you'll see, is I'm magnifying, so I can see when I'm really in focus, so beyond the focus peaking. I've also got this magnification button linked to one of the custom functions. So I've now swapped into center focus because you've got so many of these different branches. The autofocus is struggling to pick out individual things, but by just focusing on the individual branch, it's much faster, I've found, the autofocus, in terms of selecting the branch that I want. I'm able to pick out the individual birds as they land on branches that I can get to. There's some flaring right there. I like the sun flare, but not that much sun flare. So because it's darker now, and I've got a coal tip up in this tree up here, what I'm doing is I'm using the bridge as a support, and that will allow me to drop my shutter speed. And if you've made it this far in the video, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you at the next one.